What's up guys, it's your girl Courtney. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be telling you guys a story time. I haven't done one of these in like a month on my channel, so I figured I would tell you guys one today. I don't have a lot of really cool story times, but the ones that I do have, they're a little messy, and today is one of them. So this story is going to be about the time that I caught one of my ex-boyfriends cheating on me, and I called the side bitch or his side hoe and talked to her on the phone. So if you're interested in hearing about this crazy story, then keep on watching. I really need to redo my hair. Ooh, that highlight though. We need to get to business. I don't know what's going on with my hair. I'm looking over here because I'm looking in the little viewfinder. I don't know what's going on. My face and my hair are just, you know, not doing it for me today. So we're just gonna, I don't even know. Is my camera focusing? Blah, 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 blah. Anyways, before I get into this story, I just want to say I am not telling this story to start anything, to have people coming at me. This isn't to talk shit about anybody. This is literally just me telling something that happened in my life. I could care less about what he is doing. I am very happy where I am right now. I'm not trying to like, whatever. I could care less about him, okay? So don't come at me. I'm not going to say anybody's names, but if you think you know who it is, who cares? Like, this was years ago. Years. And I am in a much better, happier place right now. He's doing whatever. And, you know, we're all good. I keep hearing, like, doors shut. And I'm the only person home, so I'm like, what is going on? Okay, let's get into this, shall we? So, this story takes place like years ago. I want to say 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. And me and this person, my ex, let's call him Mushroom, because I don't like mushrooms. Oh, the pettiness. You can like totally see my shoe. Okay, shoe, you're gonna need to disappear out of the frame. Okay, that's better. So me and Mushroom were off and on for a while. Like maybe 3 years, 4 years, I don't know. We were like together and then we would break up, and then we would be together and then we'd break up. And we broke up most of the time because he was cheating on me all the time. Ooh, who could cheat on this, right? Okay. But yeah, he would cheat on me all the time. I caught him personally probably like 5 or 6 times. And yes, I was dumb enough to stay with him for him to be able to cheat on me like 5 or 6 times. I don't even know the exact number. Those were just the times that I caught him. So anyways, this was like 4 or 5 years ago. We were off and on all the time because he would constantly cheat on me, or he would break up with me and go be with another girl and then come running back to me and I'd forgive him. It was like ridiculous. So this time that I caught him, I want to say it was like the 4th or 5th time. And at the time, Mushroom was staying at my house with me and my parents. At the time, he had no place else to go, so they let him crash with us until he, you know, got his shit together. He would go with his friends a couple nights a week and go play. I can't say what exactly he was doing because it'll completely give it away of who I'm talking about. Let's just say a couple nights a week, he would go with his friends, hang out with them a couple nights a week, and go and play like a game or something, okay? We'll stick with that, okay? And sometimes I would go with him if I wasn't working, but if I was working, then obviously I wouldn't go, and he would just go with his friends, and then, all good. So I started noticing that he was kind of being secretive with his phone. He would be texting on it, and then I would like look over and he would like close it out really quick. Or I'd be like, who are you talking to? And he'd say, oh, it's like a coworker or a friend from the game he was playing a couple nights a week. So I just like let it go, because at this point I was really trying to trust him. He told me, like he said numerous times before, that he wouldn't cheat. He's never gonna cheat on me again. He learned his lesson. I need to trust him. He's not gonna hurt me again. That was the last time. So I was really trying to like trust him. So when he said, it's a friend, it's a coworker, whatever, I would believe it and I would let it go. So then it got to the point where we would like be going to bed and I would, God, what is going on with me? We would be going to bed and I would like fall asleep before him. I could never sleep through the night. I would always end up waking up, whether I had to get a drink or I had to go to the bathroom, or something would just wake me up and I would like have to look around and just make sure that there was nothing around. I know that sounds weird, but I had really bad anxiety, so I could never like completely sleep through the night. So when I would wake up, he would still be on his phone. And I would like look at my phone, which is next to me, and it'd be like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'd look over and he'd be like sitting there texting, and I'd be like, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? He would put his phone away really quick and say, oh, it's my friend or a coworker or something. He'd say something like that. I started really noticing that. Knowing his prior history, it was a red flag. So I was like, okay, he's obviously doing something stupid again. The texting started turning into like phone calls. Like he would be on the phone with them at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning in like the living room, sitting in the dark. And I'd be like, what are you doing? But at the same time, I was trying to trust him, but I did have like red flags. Like I was noticing some shit's going on. Something's happening. So he didn't have a name saved with this number. On how like iPhones, when you go to like the messages, it'll have like the person's name and like a brief little message. Like you could see what the other person said or what you said to them. He wouldn't have a name saved, but I would see the same number. And being a little detective, I decided to save the number on my phone. I took out my phone, I went in my notes, and I typed in that number. Just in case, I didn't know what would happen, but just in case I needed it, I had it. He was texting, calling them at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, talking to them all day. I didn't want to be that girlfriend that like went through his phone, so I would really try not to. And when I wouldn't actually go into the messages. I would go to where you can click messages like in an iPhone, and there's everybody you're texting, and I would click on that and I would see that number, and then I would see something, whether it was like hey, or whether it was how you can only see part of the message. You can't see the whole thing until you click on it and open it. I would see that, and I wouldn't see anything crazy, so I wouldn't actually go into the messages and read it. I was really, really, really trying to let go of the past and move on and just trust him this time and not be so crazy, even though he was literally making me crazy and literally making me act this way. I was trying not to, and trying to just fix my relationship because I thought it was worth fixing. It wasn't worth fixing. Let's jump to the night that I actually caught him and I actually called the girl. So at this time, it was one of the nights where he would be out with his friends doing that little sport that he would do. This particular night, I didn't feel like going. I didn't work, but I didn't want to go. So he just went, and I was like, you know what? That's fine. I don't care. I'm not going to tell him you can and can't go do something. This boy got home from his little sports thing. Normally it ends probably about like 10 or 11 at the latest. And he wasn't texting me that whole night. He didn't get home till probably like 1 or 2 in the morning, I want to say. I was wide awake. It's not like I went to sleep and he came home and woke me up. I was waiting for him to get home to be like, what the actual F? Why? Why are you out till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning when I know that the sport thing ended hours ago and you're not texting me all night? Like, I was livid. So he comes home 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. He walks in. I have the lights off and stuff because I was watching TV waiting for him to get home. He walks in. He's all kind of acting normal, but at the same time not really talking to me. He like walked in. He laid on the bed and like rolled to the opposite side, like his back was to me, and he sat there and was on his phone. So I jumped up and I turned on the light and I was like, where the fuck have... Sorry, Mom. I know she's watching. She's gonna be like, stop saying the F word. But I was like, where the F have you been? Why are you home at 2 o'clock in the morning? He's like, oh, well, I was, you know, out with my friends. It just took us longer than normal. I was like, you're bullshitting me. You're lying straight to my face. What have you been doing? And he's like, I'm not lying to you. I'm not lying to you. He like got up and didn't want to talk to me. So I was like, let me see your phone. So at first he didn't want to give it to me. He's like, no, I'm not letting you see my phone. You need to trust me. I'm like, let me see your phone. He's like, no. And all of a sudden, while we were arguing over his phone, that number started calling him. And he, like his phone was in front of him. Like, let me get my phone. His phone was like this. And I could see the number. And then he, like, looked and he, like, ignored it. And it was that same number that he's been texting and calling, and the same number I had in my notes. And I'm like, you're not going to answer the phone? He's like, no, I don't need to right now. Okay. So I took my phone and I said, you have 2 minutes to tell me what the F is going on, or I'm going to call them. And he's like, you're not going to call them. You don't even know who they are. You don't have their number. And I was like, okay. So I went into my notes and I showed him. I was like, this is who you've been talking to and texting and calling. I have their number right here. You either tell me what's going on or I will call them and find out. He's like, no, you're not. You're not going to call them. I was like, okay. So I took my phone and I called. He was terrified. His face went white. He was sitting on like the edge of the bed and I was standing in front of him and I was just on the phone waiting for somebody to pick up. I'm like, are you going to tell me? Are you going to tell me? The phone's still ringing. Are you going to tell me? He's like, he's not saying anything now. Somebody answers the phone and they're like, hello? And it was a girl. And I was like, hi, who is this? She was like, you called me, who is this? I was like, I'm Mushroom's girlfriend. Again, who is this? And she was like, what? Mushroom didn't say he had a girlfriend. I'm his girlfriend. I was like, I beg your pardon? What do you mean? She's like, he never said he had a girlfriend. He asked me out. We have been seeing each other for the past like 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. Well, he's sitting right in front of me. He lives with me and I'm his girlfriend and we have been together for years, because we have been, whether it was off and on, we still have been in each other's lives and together for years. She was like, what? Are you kidding me? I looked at Mushroom and I was like, do you want to talk to her? Let's name her, what can I name her? Onions. We'll name her Onions. I was like, Mushroom, do you want to talk to Onions? And he's like, no. He didn't even say no. He just shook his head. I was like, oh, you don't want to talk to your girlfriend Onions right here? She was like, yeah, put him on the phone. Put him on the phone. I was like, he doesn't want to talk. He has been caught red-handed. And I was like, so what exactly, who are you? She said that they met at this sport that he's been going to with him and his friends. They've been kissing, they've been holding hands, his friends have seen it, and not one of them told me. He asked her to be his girlfriend, and he was saying he was in love with her and he loved her, yet he was coming home to be with me and living in my house with me and my parents and saying he loved me and he wasn't cheating on me. The phone call was pretty short. She was like, you know, I'm done with him. Tell him we're done. Not to call me, not to text me, like I'm done. I was like, okay, I'm gonna be done with him too anyway, girl. Like, I got you. I tell him to get out. Goodbye. So he called, I don't even know what friend he called. He called some friend to come and pick him up. The next day, I had work. The next day, I was also expecting him to come back to the house and, you know, explain himself, for one, and two, to get his shit. And I didn't talk to him all day. I was like texting him, like, you're not gonna explain any of this. You're not gonna come and get your shit. Nothing. He ignored me all day. I started texting his friends and was like, look, have you heard from Mushroom? Do you know where Mushroom is? Like, I need some kind of an explanation. And I need to know if he's coming to get his shit. And they're like, oh, he's been with Onions all day. And they're at the movies right now. This girl literally said she was done. And that she wasn't going to talk to him. And that he was a piece of shit. And then the next day they were together. So I texted her. I was like, bitch, are you dumb? Like, what? Even though I was dumb too, because I was waiting to hear from him and waiting for an explanation. I was like, you're really gonna do that? After knowing he has been with me, living with me, you're still gonna go and... She told me, oh, Mushroom said you're a liar. Mushroom said he wasn't even living with you, and that's why he didn't talk on the phone last night, because he wasn't even there, and that you're crazy and you're psycho. I'm sorry. I was like, you're the dumbest girl I've ever met in my entire life. He is, I could literally send you pictures of all his shit in my house. She's like, nope, you're crazy. He said you just want him back and you guys haven't been together in months. He never lived with you, nothing. I was like, wow. All right. Okay, girl, you can have him. I wish you luck. You're gonna need it. I wish you all the luck in the world. You're really gonna need it. They dated for a month maybe, and guess who got back together? Yep. Yes. I was that stupid, and I forgave him after a month. And we were back together. I have no words, guys. I literally have no words. Like I said, please don't be like me. Please don't forgive your piece of shit boyfriend that cheats on you all the time. You will find so much better. You will be so much happier without them. Please don't put yourself through that bullshit, because you do not deserve it. None of you deserve to be cheated on. None of you. I promise you will find someone so much better. Someone who will not cheat on you, will not lie to you, will not be sneaky or shady, will not make you feel insecure or like you're not good enough. You will find better. Please do not be me. I am so glad that that relationship is done and over with. It's been years now, and I grew so much from that relationship, and I am so much happier now. Don't be dumb like me. Don't be dumb, okay? Now I would never, ever, ever put up with that bullshit. Never. Alright guys, this is going to be the end of the video here. If you like this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Sorry, I'm playing with it. If you like this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. The red button is down below. What is going on with my voice? I've only been talking for like 45 minutes and my throat is like killing me. That's why I've been chugging the shit out of this water. Subscribe to my channel. The red button is down below somewhere. But yeah, did I say everything I had to say? I really suck at doing these. I suck at doing outros. God, my throat. I'm ending the video now. I'm gonna stop rambling. I will see you guys in my next video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.